Makadi muri Zimbabwe kusangana zvakare pano pachivhitivhiti chenyu paTV yenyu patinenge tichikupai malatest updates nenyaya dzinenge dzichiitika munyika yeZimbabwe. Mamiriro zvakaita muri Zimbabwe ndeyekuti zviri kunzi mauto vapiwa zvekare mazimotokari nemari inokwana kuita 1 million muri Zimbabwe kumageneral, zvichireva kuti mageneral atengwa kuti vaalawe constitution kuti kusaitike kuu munyika yeZimbabwe. But muri Zimbabwe chatoda kukuvimbisa ndechekudai, so mageneral ndo ari kupiwa mari, majunior ranks haasi kupiwa mari, saka zive kuti pachadeuka ropa zvinhu zvinoda kumira zvakanaka ende zvinhu zvinotogadzikana. So ndonyaya tati tikuonese muri Zimbabwe kuti magenerals ari kutopiwa ma300 series maland cruiser nawikine uchibva pamwe chete naeMarshal Mnangagwa. Unongoziva kuti wikine wanenge atumwa nemukuru wake naEmerson. Saka ndonyaya ndati ndikokuonesai, but tine imwe nyaya tinayo pana pari kubva kumakomeredzi edu, saka tichakusiyai makateera kubva ikoko.
Moment. It is not just a technical footnote or to say good kanguru ka occurrence, but it is a crucial moment that is speaking to something that is about to be happening to our constitution. You know, the constitution is the highest law of the land, and that constitution, we own it, we wrote it, it is ours. So for those 90 days, the government is legally, that is a legal, requirement. That's why I said it is not just a technical, footnote that you can say, good, it's just, but it is a legal, requirement where the government has to legally hear from us, not from a chosen few, no, from us, the people, not only from the insiders. And that is one challenge that we need, to be cognizant of, kuti vanogona kuzviita vanhu ivava because past experience has told us that. So if there's any other way of trying to make sure kuti this right here does not become something that happens with the elites or something that happens with only those from the inside, we need to devise ways and plans of making sure that if we are to participate in these 90 days, we need to find strategies of how we can do that. That is why it is a requirement for the government to come to us as citizens. So we are going to be breaking down this process, what it is not, and what each of us is expected to do. That is the bottom line. That is what we want to be achieving. So some people are already panicking to say, oh, you see, these people, they are not they are not wasting time. Yes, they are not wasting time. But it is not, we should not be panicking, because whatever it is that is about to be happening, it's what is expected. So we are here to understand, what does this gazetting actually mean, what happens during the period, what right do you have as citizens during this process, how to participate meaningfully in this process, and what to watch out for, both opportunities and the risks. This is where it becomes crucial. This is where this space becomes crucial. Pama opportunities up and pama risk up, because what we want to do at the end of the day is to ensure that this constitution, whatever it is is about to be happening, we own that document, and that constitution is not a political plaything. They have to know that. The path, that they are traveling, it's down right now. It's like they want to make this a political, plaything. That must be resisted, because it is not. It is a document that was written by the people, for the people, by the people, and it must stay in that ownership. Yes, citizens, human citizens. So we are facing a huge mountain, ladies and gentlemen. But that is not to say that it cannot be challenged. They might prevail, which most of those one-sided commentators, stuff like that, and the so-called opposition that is saying, good, this is already a done deal. But we should be in a position to stand up and be and be counted. I was reading something that Honorable Wende said, to say, why don't you hold a space so that You hear from the MPs kuti vakataura kuti izvo they are waiting for the gazetting yechinhi ichi. But when I looked at that, I didn't see any difference with what was put out there and what is out there. So I'm not sure why they couldn't even begin to be interacting with this thing in a meaningful way, instead of saying kuti ngatingomirira kuti izvo zvidaiso, because language iyoyo, so it's a language yevanhu vari kudrega tsoka dzavo, with the hope of I don't know. So, but I said, you can come, let us, it's a conversation, but he chickened out. He said, nah, it's toxic, it's whatever it is, whatever it is, whatever. But, but anyway, I just have to respect, his position. Vanhu havangamanikidzwe kuita zvinhu zvavanenge vasingade mukati mechiraramo zvinongowanikwa. Tiri vanhu ka, sometimes pane pamwe pokuti apa pandinoda kuti apa let me stay away. It is allowed. But anyway, so by gazetting, what they've simply done is they've simply made that document official. It's now a public document, and it is signaling the start of a formal constitutional process, as I said earlier on. So for the amendments that are about to be happening, because they are constitutional in nature, they are different from an ordinary bill. You understand? So the law requires them to undergo the 90-day period where the public must be consulted. That is not optional, that is not symbolic, but it is an obligation. Your constitutionalism. So during those 90 days, what is it that is expected? We are expecting to see public hearings. We're expecting to see citizens being involved and being given the access to the bill. We're expecting to see any written submissions, and these must be accepted. And we're expecting to see Parliament putting it on record and considering the public input. Some people said, one way it as well, even though it is just a box ticking, exercise, but let us make it count, this time around. I've seen already the court cases are mounting. There's one that is that Maduku is involved in. I read about it. They are challenging the participation of Emerson Mnangagwa in the tabling of this draft in the cabinet. He was not supposed to be there because it brings in a conflict of interest, since whatever it is, that is some of the things that want to be achieved by this, they're going to be benefiting him. So we'll see how that goes. There's another one already, that is going to be heard by the full bench. And we're expecting a flurry of these. We're expecting so many of these to be coming through, the courts. So this is why you could hear them saying, Kuti, we are going to be fighting this on so many fronts: the legal, the political, the whatever. So right now it seems as if political, legal, momentum is there. Political, civic, nechakuti, there seems to be action, that is going on. And as always, we here on social media, we are also doing our part. Never underestimate these things, that we are doing. Right. So that is what we are expecting. This is the first stage where the Constitution explicitly says the citizens are expected to speak, and the state is expected or must listen when the citizens speak. That is where we are. So you as a citizen, what are you expected to be doing? This is where we are going to say, you as a citizen, you are not just going to be an observer in this thing. You are going to be a participant. That is what we are looking at. So we need to we need to understand what it is that you as a citizen must do, because we want to move you from as it is at the present moment, ever since they started with whatever it is that this they did put into motion. The majority of the Zimbabwean people were just observers, were just spectators. Huh? ndori kudoitika iyi vatizandizorese number 1 vatodrafta nhingi chibhiri chacho. Chibhiri chacho chatoiswa nhingi kucabinet aikaka ko hanzizo nhingi vambomarana mukabineti imomo chiwenga achiti mai amada kuita yaka yes boy sanyanyikwa achiti zvesho yamuri kuita yes boy but ana garwa acharada ndizvozvo angoma ndiyo vana atatenda mavetero achida aiwa ngoma ndiyo vana Julai moyo vachingoti angoma ndiyo hanzi vamwe vakasumudza ruoko vana mutulunyuwe vakaignoiwa hamene kuti izvo vaignoirwe chi but hanzi makanga musina kumira mushe handizivo hangu kuti izvo kusamira mushe kwacho kwanga kuri kwemhando yerudzi but ukazona pakuzonzi izvo shut up I'm the president unoziva kuti handofunga yanga iri heated. But anyway, we are now at a stage whereby we are going to be participants in this and we are expected to be participants. Saka how can you be a participant? Zvinhu zvikanyatofamba nemazvo chero ngoti izvo nhingi vanhu vachavatembeke because unenge uchiexpecta kuti izvo they would do things according to how things are supposed to be done. Right now tikunzwa kuti izvo vakakemba kuofisi nhingi kwatendai bituku unditoshiya kuti izvo zvacho zviri kubva nekupi zvina nekupi. Saka kana zvinhu zvikanyatsoitwa nemazvo okay fine